Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Sania Gilani, your instructor of the subject of Rise of the Novel 18th and 19th Century, and this is our lecture number 9. Today's topic is Introduction of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. In the previous lecture, we talked about the legacy left behind by Austen. Today, we will discuss one of the most celebrated novels in English literature. Pride and Prejudice, first published in 1813, belongs to the Romantic period. Yet it stands apart because it focuses not on imagination or nature but on society, manners, and marriage in the early 19th century England. Austen presents a world governed by social class, family reputation, and economic necessity, especially for women. At the heart of the novel lies a very famous opening line. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. This ironic statement sets the tone of the novel. It is both romantic and critical, exposing the social pressure surrounding marriage. So, what was the brief overview of Pride and Prejudice? It is a classic romantic novel set in the early 19th century England. The story revolves around the spirited Elizabeth Bennet and the proud Mr. Darcy, exploring the complexity of love, class, and social expectations. Against the backdrop of the English countryside and the drawing rooms of the landed gentry, Austen skillfully crafts a narrative that satirizes the societal norms of the time while portraying the individual growth and romantic entanglement of its characters. The novel is deeply embedded in the historical context of the Regency era, offering a keen insight into social hierarchy, marriage, expectations, and gender roles of the time period. Through Elizabeth's sharp wit and Darcy's initial aloofness, Austen presents a nuanced exploration of personal prejudices and the importance of self-awareness in matters of the heart. Pride and Prejudice remains a beloved and enduring work, appreciated for its wit, social commentary, and timeless portrayal of love. Numerous adaptations, including films, television series, and modern reinterpretations, continue to captivate audience and introduce new generations to the charm and wit of Jane Austen's masterpiece. Before we move further into the story, it is important to understand the social context in which Pride and Prejudice is set. It is set in the rigid, stratified Regency era of England, where social class, reputation, and wealth determine a woman's destiny. Austen satirizes the gentry class consciousness, highlighting the desperate need for financial security through marriage, as women couldn't own property or inherit estates. Some of the key aspects of the social context are marriage and fortune. Marriage was primarily a business transaction to secure social standing and financial safety. The Bennet sisters' lack of a substantial dowry is a major hurdle. Social class and reputation were also very important. Social structure at that time was rigid, yet changing due to the Industrial Revolution, creating tensions between landed gentry like Darcy, people who were already having money, and newer money. A woman's reputation was fragile. Lydia's elopement with Wickham threatens to destroy the family's social standing. The gender roles, women were largely confined to domestic roles, lacking rights and relying on men for security. Education for women was limited to producing accomplishments, which Elizabeth Bennet defies. There was also the impact of the Napoleonic Wars and the French Revolution during the time. The temporary posting of militaries in rural areas in the novel reflect the real-world anxiety of the time, influencing the plot by providing romantic options like Wickham. There was also the rise of the middle class. The character of Mr. Bingley represents the rising, respected upper middle class whose fortune comes from trade, contrasting with the landed old money of people like Mr. Darcy. The novel explores love versus social expectations, pride or class superiority, prejudice, first impressions, and judgments based upon them. individual growth, and self awareness. With the introduction out of the way, let us dive deep into the story and the major plot points of the novel. The arrival of wealthy Mr. Bingley to the estate of Netherfield Park starts the story, which causes a commotion in the nearby village of Longbourn. In the Bennet household, Mrs. Bennet is desperate to marry Bingley to one of her 5 daughters, who are Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, Kitty, and Lydia. When Bingley meets Jane at a ball, the eldest, he falls instantly in love with her. Yet Bingley's snobbish old friend Darcy is rude to Elizabeth. Through the next few social gatherings, Jane and Bingley grow closer, while Darcy, despite himself, finds himself becoming attracted to Elizabeth's beauty and intelligence, who is our main lead. When Jane, the eldest, is caught in the rain while traveling to visit Bingley, she falls ill and has to stay in Netherfield. Elizabeth comes to her to take care of her older sister through Bingley's sister, though the sisters in the household are rude and condescending to her. Darcy's attraction towards Elizabeth starts to deepen. However, he also continues to consider himself the superior one. Meanwhile, Mr. Colin, a pompous clergyman and Mr. Bennet's cousin and heir, visits the Bennets in search of a marriageable daughter himself. At about the same time, the Bennet's sister also meet Wickham, an army officer Elizabeth finds charming and who claims Darcy wronged him in the past. Elizabeth's prejudice against Darcy hardens soon after at a ball at Netherfield. Mrs. Bennet, though much to Darcy's annoyance, comments that a wedding between Jane and Bingley is likely to soon take place. Collins, in the meantime, proposes to Elizabeth, who declines, angering her own mother but pleasing the father. Collins then proposes to Elizabeth's friend Charlotte Lucas, who accepts out of the desire for security rather than a need for love. Mr. Bingley suddenly departs for London on business, and Caroline informs Jane by letter that not only will they not be returning, but moreover her brother is planning to marry Georgiana, Darcy's sister. Jane is crushed. Elizabeth is sure Darcy and Caroline are deliberately separating Bingley and Jane. The sisters' aunt and uncle try to resolve the issue by inviting Jane to London, hoping that she will get over her heartbreak and disappointment. But after she arrives, Caroline snubs her and she regrets letting herself fall in love with Bingley. Elizabeth visits Charlotte and Mr. Collins after their marriage, where she encounters Collins' patron and Darcy's relatives. Darcy arrives and surprises Elizabeth by joining her for a long, intimate walk. She grows angry and resentful. However, when she learns that Darcy advised Bingley against marrying Jane, she hates him. Darcy announces his love for her and proposes marriage to Elizabeth, but she refuses his proposal, accusing him of ruining her sister's life and mistreating Wickham. In a letter later, Darcy explains that he intervened because he felt Jane did not truly love Bingley. Wickham, on the other hand, was a liar and a scoundrel. Elizabeth begins to feel she had probably misjudged Darcy and may have rushed into turning him down. Returning her home, she finds that Lydia has run away with Wickham. But the family is worried and Mr. Bennet, the father, is not doing anything. Elizabeth visits Pemberley, Darcy's magnificent estate during the time. She fantasizes about being his wife there and is further impressed when he unexpectedly shows up and introduces her to his charming sister Georgiana. Bingley also arrives and reveals that he was still in love with Jane. Elizabeth's trip is cut short by a letter from Jane announcing that Lydia has eloped with Wickham. Fearing a scandal that will ruin all the sisters' future, the Bennets search for Lydia in London. When Mr. Gardiner tracks them down, Wickham demands his debt be paid off in return for marrying Lydia. The Bennets assume that Gardiners give in to the demand, since Lydia and Wickham soon return, playing the happy married couple. Mrs. Bennet is happy that at least one of her daughters is married. Elizabeth soon discovers that Darcy, not Gardiner, the uncle, paid off Wickham's debt. He did it because he was in love with her. Bingley and Darcy return to Netherfield, and Bingley finally proposes to the excited Jane, while Darcy goes to London on business. Lady Catherine visits Elizabeth, warning her not to marry Darcy. Elizabeth refuses to promise. On his return, Darcy asks Elizabeth again to marry him. This time she accepts, telling him her prejudice against him had made her blind. Darcy acknowledges that his pride made him act rude as well. Both are married and the story ends with them. So the story is basically about two main couples, Jane and Mr. Bingley, and second main couple or the main lead is Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth. In today's lecture, we briefly talked about the overall story plots and the main overview of the story and the social context. In the next lecture, we will go more in depth into the story. Till then, Allah Hafiz, and I hope some of those concepts were clear for you guys.